EHS is not about only about taking care of like safety of people, but it's all about there are many dimensions to it. I think when you build trust, I think people need to believe in you. So my philosophy over the years is like, no, how do we make people or leaders self-aware? Okay.
That's the most important thing. The awareness is most. Once it happens, then everything else comes. You're right.
More than now 50 plus half marathon I run.
50 plus.
Yeah, 50 plus, and I'm going to
this is consistency. We were talking about the consistency. Actually, have been doing it. Wow, awesome.
And then every day I used to run, like last 7 or 8 years, I would say that I used to run every day around 10 plus kilometer.
Now, let's go back to the same time, 10 years ago. Were you the only person to see this thing happening? No. There were hundreds of people in the same company. How many people have come to the stage where they are running a marathon? They have completed 50 marathons over the last 1 decade or 8 years. Very few. Maybe you are the only person. Why? Because 95% of people do not learn from others. So great morning, audience. Today we are going to talk to somebody on a subject which is very important. It is at the core of any organization sustenance. And we are going to talk to Mr. Prakash Velu, who is the General Manager, Environment, Health and Safety, EHS, in a multinational called Harsco Environmental. And he has been there in this organization over the last 7 years. And before that, he has worked for close to a decade in a company called Tata Blue Steel as the head of safety. And it's a privilege for all of us to be talking to all of us. I'm saying because once I talk, I'm pretty sure the video is going to be seen by many of you. And of course, if you want, you can always share your questions, which I'll be happy forwarding to Prakash. And Prakash will be happy if he gets some time. I know he's having a busy schedule, responding to some of the queries. So it's a privilege for me to be talking to, for all of us to be listening to Prakash, because here is a person who has spent 25 years in the field of health, safety, and environment, safety being at the core, and of course, HSE. And since I had the privilege of working with Prakash for a few years while working in Tata Blue Steel Limited, let me share with you one thing about Prakash. And that's something which I always used to appreciate earlier, and now I appreciate it even more. And that is the quality of being courageous when it is right. So I have seen Prakash as a person who used to say no to some activity, some operation, when he used to be convinced that it's unsafe for the company. And of course, he used to take quick actions and all that, and he used to talk to people. People used to come and correct it. He is always a person who says yes in case it is safe. In case it is not safe, he's not a person who's going to say yes to just to please people, because he knows his job. So in those times, software, some of these functional heads might be getting riddled a bit, might be getting rattled a bit, because Prakash is a person who does not allow anything which is even a little unsafe. Today, when I look back on my journey, which I started in 2018, which is the journey of self-transformation and transforming people, and of course, working with people, I do a lot of coaching, I have written a lot of books. I always look back and connect the dots better now, Prakash, because I know that the first condition for somebody to become a better version is to have the factor called C, courage. And before that comes clarity. First, people have to be clear, like you had the clarity. You had the clarity, full clarity that safety is at the core of any organization sustenance. And since you had the clarity, you had the conviction, and then you had the courage. So there are 4 C's: clarity, conviction, courage, and consistency. So today, when I look back, I connect those dots much better. And I know that I'm talking to somebody who is one of those few people on this planet Earth, let me say this way, I think this is absolutely right, the way I'm saying, who actually keep the wheels of progress moving. Wheels of progress for any organization, for any society, for any entity, for any corporation, or for any small and medium enterprise, or for any institution, is not moving because of people who say yes just to keep their jobs safe. It is moving because of people who actually do what is right while still smiling, while still being polite to people. That is at the crux of organizational transformation. I'm pretty sure, Prakash, of course, we're going to talk about some of the things which you have done. I could see one of the posts on LinkedIn where 2 years without any recordable injury. And of course, we're going to talk about some of these records which are there. And I wish all the best, all the biggest of, happiest of days and safest of days happening under your leadership. Prakash, once again, welcome to you. And I'm very excited to be talking to you because I know this video should be seen by all CEOs, all chairmen, all HSE managers, and all employees, because without safety, I know there is nothing we can't even imagine. I know, Prakash, because I know some of the companies where, some safety head used to be recruited by some top management person because the safety head was connected to the person. And then safety head used to come and then he used to start, kind of fiddling with safety practices because the top management wanted to recruit some more people, and they were using safety as a department to get some more people in from their own village. So I have seen all kind of stuff, and those a lot of things are there which are there in the books and all that. So thank you so much, Prakash. And Prakash, I think when you look back on your journey for 25 years, how do you look back, and what are some of those keywords which come to your mind, Prakash? And then we'll pick up from there, and then we'll proceed with this conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again for joining. I know.
Yeah, thank you very much, Arun. I think to join this conversation, and it has been. I think first of all, I think you're doing a great job by connecting so many leaders and sharing their life experiences and professional experiences. Yeah.
Thank you, Prakash.
And that is, I think, those experiences are. I think pretty sure it is going to help many people, and. Maybe I may not joining you on your morning sessions, but I do watch each and every video of all the leaders which you are interviewing. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prakash. Not only that, Prakash, you have been seeing almost all the videos which I have been recording, even if it is a 1 minute video or 3 minute video or all the interactions.
Yes.
And
I read all the books as well. Yeah. The first book which you written, I think immediately after release of that, I booked it in advance in Amazon, and then because that was something I thought of understanding.
And Prakash is an audience. Let me share with all of you one thing about Prakash. Prakash is also a person who is always respond to something. He will always send a flower bouquet or something, or maybe some comment. Mostly has been a person who has been watching, and he has been sending. And of course, those little flower bouquets which you used to send, as smileys. Those are the things which keep us going, because we know that this world needs lots and lots and lots and lots of people like you and videos like this.
And then coming back to your question, Arun, about this EHS, environmental health and safety. Currently, what you are doing about creating a self-awareness among people, about realizing their strength, being positive, and getting better each day. And that's the same thing I think we as a EHS professional also do. Okay. Safety is about...
You got it. Actually, I wanted to share with you, but you have said it.
Yeah. So safety is all about self-awareness. What we try to do is that creating that self-awareness about themselves. Yeah. Because each one of us has also, like, what you are trying to do, encouraging people to achieve their goals and objective of their lives. Same way, I think if we as an individual, if they can safeguard themselves and their colleagues, and the same way, I think they can achieve their dreams. So, and that is the fundamental, I think, about safety. And each one of us being, we as a human being, whether it is, working as a professional or as a human being, the safety is, I think, a fundamental need when we, when we come into this planet. So I think what my philosophy, I think, over a period of time, I think I also learned over the years. So my philosophy over the years is like, how do we make people or leaders self-aware? Okay.
That's the most important thing. The awareness is most. Once it happens, then everything else comes. You're right.
Yeah. And same thing happens with every individual. I think once every individual start to, when they become self-aware, I think they can make any changes. Yeah. And unfortunately, I think I was lucky to work with many rich organizations, like rich in terms of, I'm talking in terms of the culture, the commitment, those sort of things I'm talking. So I was privileged to work with many multinationals, India or overseas. And those experiences, I think, whatever I'm today, I think that journey is still on, keeping people safe. And the safety is all about people. Yeah. people do talk about in business that no, the business is all about people, but EHS is also about people. Okay, caring people. So people care. I think when we connect people, I think then people do realize no, this organization is no care for people. So I think that is something. I think if leaders understands that, I think we can make
Yeah.
great.
No,
You
this
can
is
say
absolutely
business or
true. Absolutely true.
yeah.
And I also have found that I don't know. I think it's not about a country or some kind of areas. Maybe in India, for example, maybe because of the struggle which people have been seeing at in order to survive, because there is no safety precaution in terms of financial safety, kind of guarantee from the country, from the government. Unlike in many countries where people have got financial safety and security there. Maybe because of this जद्दोजहद of जिंदगी जो हिंदी में बोलते हैं, maybe because of these daily struggles of life, maybe people have got, there is some kind of mindset to just grab whatever comes. So people actually have built a mindset of focusing on urgencies. For example, aaj ka khana, today's food, today's bill, today's basic house, even if it's not exactly a house as made as per safety condition. Who cares, because there are people who do not even have a house, So maybe because of that, I think people have got into this mindset of just letting it run. And I have seen that happening with the mindset of some top leadership team member. I'm talking about a managing director of one organization, at least, where I saw that. And I had the opportunity of working with him also at some point of time. Even these people get a feeling that, let it run. Even if it means for us to violate or ignore some of the HR practices. For example, as you rightly said, HR and safety, both are important. They might not be urgent today. Of course, there is a part of HR which is urgent, which is personal management, salary management. But I think at least nowadays, when people talk about HR, they do not talk about personal management part. That's anyway given. That's anyways given. So what I've seen is that even some people at top management, they do not have this awareness. They do not have this experience. They have not maybe experienced some of these things which actually could have changed their mindset or could have changed their thought process. And because of lack of self-awareness, maybe because they have not worked in an environment where safety is actually seen as one of the foundational pillars, maybe they have been surrounded by people who say that chalta yaar, it's okay. Chalta attitude, there was a Supreme Court judgment where the court had said that because of chalta attitude of people in India, there are many accidents which are happening on roads. So that's a different story. So I've seen some people having chalta hai till they see their own Peter Marisburg moment. So when I wrote this book, My Peter Marisburg moment, so what it refers to is the fact that people do not change unless they see something happening which will shake their comfort zone, which will break their comfort zone. And break their comfort zone in inverted commas, I'm saying, which in the field of safety, I've seen that there are many entrepreneurs, many small and medium enterprise owners. Of course, this video is going to be seen by many people who have got their own companies. Please always regard safety as one of the core foundation pillars. This is one of the cornerstones of any organization, because this is the thing which gives sustenance. People talk about HR practices, people talk about corporate governance, people talk about safety. These are actually pillars for the sustenance of any organization. And there is one news which is happening in the background nowadays, right? The company which always had its focus on becoming the wealthiest in the world, right? And since all that the leader might be talking about was to be top 3 wealthiest people in the world, maybe he started speaking less of safety, started speaking less of people, started speaking less of. I'm just saying, because this is the way the world happened, because I'm in the field of mindset coaching as well. It's all about mindset. People will not be saying something which they are not thinking about. I have seen some of the leaders in the organizations also, you also might have seen. There are people who do not believe in safety. So in their day-to-day interactions, speeches and talks and town halls, they will not be talking about safety. They will talk about profitability, and this is the margin, this is the target, and this is the growth, this is the EBITDA, and this is the growth rate which you're looking for. Having said that, those who have got this mindset and awareness of safety, they will certainly be using some of the words like, what is that? Safety, how many people have shown some exemplary courage to keep the company safe. Let's bring them to the stage and let's reward them. Very interesting, Prakash, very interesting. Prakash, I also saw that, there are very few people like you, especially in Indian context. I'm just saying, because I've seen this happening, where people, going back to the same example which I just gave, where people are looking for short-term gains and short-term urgencies and this month's target and this month's sales target so that they keep on rewarding salespeople. You have been one person who took a lot of pride in the field of safety. I have seen that happening, and used to have a lot of programs also to, reward people, reward employees, reward managers who used to show, safe behavior. Would you like to share something about how you used to, and how do you build a career and a culture, an ecosystem of safe working in organizations? How do you encourage people to be safer in their thoughts and in their actions?
I think, Arun, you have touched upon few points in, just now when you were talking. Uh, if safety, if it doesn't start from top, it doesn't start at all. Okay, that's the very, very important thing. And as you rightly mentioned, I think many leaders, I think many successful leaders as well. And I have nothing against them, or
we all respect them. We all respect them. They're successful because they have got certain qualities.
Success because they have spent a lot of hard work and contribution to many lives. So it's all about awareness. One is self-awareness. Second one is also about what I would say is that they do not, many of them do not know the consequences of their actions.
Absolutely, you're right.
Okay. Yeah.
So they have not made their Peter Marisburg moments in inverted commas. Correct? You're right. You're right. Yeah. And actually, we can't blame them also, because maybe they have not been trained, they have not been exposed, they have not been made aware. It's not their fault. Just like I also didn't know for many years.
That could be a possibility. So I think the way I look at it, let first make leaders aware about what they need to do. And as you rightly mentioned, that their actions are going to be seen by people.
Okay. Actions speak louder than words.
Actions are going to speak louder than words, because whatever they put big posters, big policies, they talk. Okay, that will not have any impact at all. I'm talking about the genuine culture. Okay, the true culture. So true culture will come with their genuine actions. When they go to the shop floor, or when they go to their plants and or sites. Okay. If they themselves lead by example. Okay. Talking about small things. Even you talk about small things, making changes in small way.
It's all about doing small things, right?
So I think this the safety journey is also about not talking big, but I think doing those small things. Maybe holding the handrail, not talking on mobile phone. Paying attention, like wearing seat belt. As a leaders, I think when they start doing all those things, slowly, the down the line, people are going to see, and people are going to see their actions. Okay, you may not go and tell everyone that how safe you are, but people are going to watch you. 100 people will be there in the shop floor or plant, and they will be watching your actions. And with your action, they will have their own perception that you as a leader, are you really do the walk the talk, or you just talk and you are not serious on you don't have serious commitment on those. And those small actions, I think, will build the culture. And those small things need to be done every day, all the time. And that's the, I think, and the same way what you're talking about, doing small things, not doing big things. So the small things matters. Those makes a lot of differences.
Absolutely. Small things, when done consistently, they create huge results. This is one thing I want to check with you, and of course we'll come back to this topic of some of the ways in which you encourage people. So some of these initiatives which you might have taken, which you might be taking. So we'll come back to this. See, the root cause of problem, the way I look at it is, the way I see it is, if you take the example of the incident which happened a few months ago, where a very senior business house leader he was not wearing the seat belt on the rear seat, and then it led to a very disastrous outcome result.
Yeah.
And people felt very sad, and some people started making memes also on WhatsApp. Let me wear seat belt even while doing my work in kitchen. Let me wear a seat belt while even sitting on sofa, and kind of things have started happening. Broadly speaking, most of the people actually got a feeling that no, actually they have to start wearing seat belt while sitting on the rear seat. But then that was a flash in a pan, So there is a short-term thing. So people, and after a month or so, people have started forgetting, right? And then they started getting busy in recent news of politics and some research report coming from USA and some of these things. So how to build focus is, I think you spoke about this morning program. This is the crux of this morning program. The idea is to have self-awareness, and how to build focus. You won't be able to build focus, and you won't be consistent about wearing the seat belt while sitting on the rear seat for 10, for 20, for many decades, unless people know their priorities. Research report from Hindenburg, whatever is not your priority at the moment, in case you are a person who is in the field of safety or HR or some of these areas, right? I need to know my priority. Of course, this is news which certainly has got something. It's all about corporate governance. It's a very strong, it has got very strong connotation. I'm going to release a video which I recorded some time back, a few days ago, which is on corporate governance, which is inspired by this message. There is a very important significance, but we need to know which are those top 2 to 3 to 4 priorities for us in life, in career, which will never compromise. And once we know these priorities, so I ask people to I actually inspire people to make their vision board and set their goals in life on 1 year basis, on 3 year basis, on 5 year, on 10 year, on 25 years basis. And then they see these goals every single day. Then people will know. If suppose somebody is seeing, or just spending 2 minutes time while being in silence in the morning hours, while just thinking about his priority of safety, and while just reminding his subconscious mind that no, I need to wear the seat belt on the rear seat because I had written it in my diary. And then comes consistency, which is such a rare quality. Such a rare quality, because there is no focus. People do not know their priorities. The priorities keep on shifting. There is no self-awareness. There is no meditation. There is no sitting in silence. So things are changing every single day. And this is a big problem. This is a big problem, Prakash has. And I think we need to do some projects together, because we are in a similar field. And not only we, corporate governance people, financial controllers, we all are in a similar field. We all are handling an area which is very important. It is like a foundation without which the entire house can actually start shaking. But it's something which is like a foundation which is not seen at times by leaders, by many people. And many people are waiting for something which is not good. I don't want to again go back to my Peter Marisburg moment. So, Prakash, how do you think of building, how do you build some of these cultural aspects in organizations? Let's talk about some of the initiatives to inspire and some of the things which you do.
I think around see, what we need to do is that we need to identify which are the core focus areas, or what matters most for that particular organization.
Yeah.
And once we, I think, decide on those what matters most, and then building around the processes, real engagement program, the leadership related actions, and repetitively. It's not about, as you said, people will today there is an incident, people become self-aware, and again after a few days they just forget. So how do we keep reminding people? Yeah. So these programs need to be built in such a way that it constantly need to be built. It's not about one day task, it's about everyday task.
Yeah.
Okay. And then once we start doing that, I think that engagement, leadership commitment, leadership interventions, and the recognition, because reward and recognition help people to build it or continue those practices. So all those things, I think, depends on the organizational risks or in which they operate, and building around the programs to address those areas, and keeping continuously effectively engage people. I think that's where I think the success of the program lies, and I think that will build
very nice
effective culture. And but again, I'm saying, I think maybe these videos will be watched by many leaders. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think leadership plays very, I think, fundamental role in building organizational culture. And leadership may not be at top, leadership at all levels. when top is committed, and then definitely the leader down the line, they or managers down the line, they are going to satisfy that leader's expectations, and then they know that this organization is something about taking care of people. Definitely, they will also start taking care of their teams. And so very importantly, I think as a leaders, I think we all need to realize that we have also family. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want our son or daughter to travel in a car or travel in any vehicle in an unsafe way? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want that the driver of that way, the driver of your son's or daughter's car or vehicle is driving recklessly? Are you going to allow that? I think if they start thinking about this question, I think they themselves will get the answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we talk about people, when we talk about EHS or the HR or any other things about people, it's not about one family. Yeah, there are in organization, if there are 1,000 people, they are actually taking care of 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because each employee will have at least 4 to 5 family member depend on them. So if that employee gets affected, it's not only about he's going to get affected. There are 5 other people, 5 other individuals are going to get affected.
Absolutely.
And we have seen in India, as you rightly said, the road safety is another one, the biggest, I think, danger, and which eats 3% of our country's GDP. Yeah,
3%.
3%. Every 4 minutes there is one person dying on a road somewhere. While we are talking this, when we are talking this, conversation during this conversation. So it is that serious, and it's not about we are not even seeing what are other aspects or impacts of those unfortunate incidents. There is a family on those individuals. So when I see safety, when I'm trying to protect an individual, I'm seeing him. It's not as in one individual. I'm seeing him as as a leader on whom there are 5 or 10 individuals are dependent on him. When we as a connect that in a human way, I think definitely they will also realize that this organization or their leaders, they have genuine care for themselves. And then culture starts building up and changes. Every change is possible.
Absolutely. No, you are absolutely right, Prakash. If I take the example of this interaction which we're holding, let's assume that this interaction is going to be seen by 1,000 people. Out of 1,000 people, maybe there are five people from 500 or 600 different organizations, because this is going to be on LinkedIn also. So many corporate people will see. And out of suppose 500 people, suppose 100 people take some leaf out of this interaction and conduct some program for their people, or take some initiatives to strengthen the foundations of safety. Now in 100 companies, suppose we have got, each company has got, say, 1,000 people. Maybe you can also take 100 people. Okay. Suppose each of these 100 companies has got 100 people. So 10,000 people, right? Now 10,000 lives are getting safer, becoming safer. Okay. And out of these 10,000 people, of course, suppose we take an example that every person has got a family of 4 people, right? So 10,000 into 4, 40,000 people lives are getting better and getting safer because of this one video. Many people do not get to know why exactly, some of these interactions are happening, but those people, but now you can see the good thing is that somewhere truth starts prevailing, Prakash. When I started recording this, when I had the first interaction, some people saw, then I've seen some videos being seen by 900, 1,000 people. And I'm talking about people who are actually organic viewers. These are the people who know you, who know me, those people who are connected. They are real people. They're not like bots and all that. So and then these people are actually in corporate. So most of these people are in a position to make some changes. So this is great. Just to give one example, the interaction which I had with Arun Mishra, Mr. Arun Mishra, who is the whole-time director and CEO of Hindustan Zinc. His video has been seen by people for 100 hours. For 100 actual hours, people have seen the video. Normally, people, do not see the entire video. Ek video ka 5 minute dekhega and kind of stuff happens. His entire video is within 100 hours. Just imagine 100 hours people have seeded their mind, with the thoughts which he said. So interesting, Prakash. Prakash, I also know that you are a person who is into the morning habits. I know for sure that अगर पूरे भारतवर्ष के लोग ना पूरे विश्व के लोग अगर सुबह में कुछ समय बिताना शुरू कर दे मेरे साथ तो सारा आतंकवाद खत्म हो जाएगा, सारा कॉर्पोरेट बुलिंग खत्म हो जाएगा, and people will be happy. I know it's a euphoric world that I'm imagining, that I'm visualizing, but there is no, I mean, at least we can keep on upgrading the percentage, right? We can keep on increasing the percentage of people who are living that happy life, safe life, healthy life. So coming to this morning ritual in English, I think I said it in Hindi. In English, what I'm saying is that I sincerely wish that this morning ritual program, which I've been doing on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting 5:30, should be attended by every person on this planet Earth. And I give assurance that if person stays connected with me even for 3 months, of course, this is the ever going program. So people can also get connected with me for 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. They can choose a package. Even if somebody comes to me for 3 months, and I'm saying this with humility, the person's self-awareness, self-discipline, focus, prioritization, goal setting, everything goes better. Energy level, habits, because habits are very important. And people become proactive. And then life change. But then the thing is that it's a journey, First, somebody sows a seed when I first thought of holding a program. Before that, I think many years before that, I first experimented on me. And before that, there was something which happened, which I didn't like. And then actually I started thinking of taking some actions. And before that, for 15 years, despite being married in a family where my father-in-law has been waking up at 4 o'clock for last 45 years, I didn't even think of waking up in the morning. So that's the reason I call it my Peter Marisburg moment. When things become a little this thing, adversity is the mother of transformation. Coming to morning ritual, Prakash, when did you start falling in love with morning time? Let me share some picture in the background. I think you have a picture in the background, which is taken by your camera, right? You have taken this picture in the background.
Yeah. I think that is my another one hobby, I would say. Yeah. When I generally, I think this particular conversation. I think I hope it inspires many people who are watching this, who will watch this video. And this is something because I just don't want it to talk loud about, don't want it to talk loud about myself. Okay. But maybe I think when they listen to this particular conversation, I think they will get some inspiration. And if that can happen to me, it can happen to any individual. That is what I just wanted to convey this message. Because like you, as you said, I started this morning rituals, the change about eight years now. About 8 to 8.5 years.
You were doing it before I started. Yeah. I started doing it in 2018-19.
Yeah, so more than 8 years back. Then when I realized that my lifestyle, the way I was handling my life was not right. Especially maybe the food habits, sleep habits, the physical related focus. And then I realized that, and then one of the triggering factor was one of my colleague. No, you know that colleague. I don't wanted to quote his name on this program. Yeah. So one of our colleague, he had this bypass, bypass surgery.
Yeah.
And that incident, I think, it made me, think. I just don't want it to be in hospital with so many, doing that surgery and doctors playing with my veins and all those things. So I decided to give at least 1 hour for myself. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that was, I think, that was the trigger point, I would say. And then at that point of time, I was around close to 100 kg, in weight. Okay, Arun. And there was no discipline, I would say. I was passionate about my profession. I was passionate about my profession. I was very passionate about my work. But I was not organized. I was not disciplined, I would say. Okay.
But I think I always have seen you as a person who is very disciplined. But I think.
Okay. So then I started doing trekking, doing trek for many forts in Maharashtra. When I was fortunate, that time I was in Pune, and then no, every week we used to visit one fort.
Ah, yes, yes. Whenever I come into Pune
Yeah.
next time, let's go for a trek. Pune, I think, by the way, I think audience know, those who are in Pune, they know, those who are from Maharashtra. It has got hundreds of trekking
Yeah.
destinations, which are like hilly trekking destinations here.
Fantastic place,
Fantastic.
surrounded
That's
by
very
many
unique.
forts and beautiful dams, great
Beautiful.
monsoon. So
Beautiful.
that's what I think. Then trekking was, I started doing trekking, then slowly walking steps, and then started running. Okay, I would tell you that I was not able to run even 100 meter. Okay, that point of time. And then, slowly that journey, I think that those incremental changes to change myself, okay, has come to a level that now after 1 year, I think about one and a half year,
This is a
I
picture with
started
marathon, I think.
every day. Yeah, today also, no, before joining this program, today early morning, I ran, a half marathon. So yeah, 21K today
Wow.
morning. Yeah. And that
Awesome.
marathon is more than now 50 plus half marathon I run.
50
I
plus.
Yeah, 50 plus, and I'm going to
This is your
now.
consistency. We were talking about consistency. You actually have been doing it. Wow. Awesome.
And then every day I used to run, like last 7 and 8, so 7 or 8 years, I would say that no, I used to run every day around 10 plus no kilometer.
Wow.
So yeah, so that change, I think, so that change did not come like when I say that no, when you talks about the habits and small tiny changes,
Yeah.
okay, those were not about what I run today. About the 50 plus marathon is not about the result. We should not say as a result, but I think those are result of so many hundreds of hours of daily efforts. I would say
I think I've
continuously.
seen you being in love with morning and running for last many years. And this is a daily
Yeah.
ritual for me.
And that has gave me a lot of insights about myself. Okay, so that 1 hour or 1.5 hour, no, I used that was my time. Okay, and then you could reflect yourself during that time. Okay, what some people might do meditation, or some people might do yoga, those kind of thing, but I used to allow running. And then that is one habit, I think, change me a lot as a person. And that one habit, I would say that is a keystone habit. I think people who talks about habits and all, and then that has changed
I
me.
call this as the king of all habits. Of course, we practice a lot of micro habits, small habits, maybe more than 20, 25 other habits. But then I always say that being early in the morning is the king of all habits. Once you build this habit, other habits will follow. It's like a Pied Piper. It's like a Pied.
Yeah.
All the other habits will come behind you. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. And I think being healthy, or being having that wellness, overall wellness, I think that is something very important for leaders as well. Because as a leaders, we need to be energetic. If you want to make our team, energetic all the time, get whatever they want to, whatever you want to achieve for in the interest of organization. No, so we need to lead from front, and then to motivate others. I think you should be first motivated, yourself, and that energy, I think Arun, I'm not able to hear you.
No, I kept it on mute. No, what I'm saying though, this is absolutely right, Prakash. Whether any leader, any managing director or chairman, whether they want to attain any goal for their family, for their career, for their company, for their, in any field, with their family, whatever the goals they want to attain. In any field, I think health is number one. The only thing is that just like safety, people also start ignoring things. Till some people meet their metabolismal movement. This example which you gave of the colleague that you're talking about. I do hope that after this he might have started, but then by that time it's already late. That's the important. That's the reason I always, again, going back to the morning ritual program. I always tell people that the same central objective behind this program is to be proactive. Do not wait for things to come and start beating you like a pulp and then you start getting up and running. No, that's the reason. All my books which I've written, I don't know how many people have read the book. I've done zero marketing. They're all about proactivity. They're all about connecting the secrets of the world. Just like we are connecting some of this. It's all connected world. कुछ अलग नहीं है, सब कुछ connected है, पूरा ताना बाना जुड़ा हुआ है. Kabir Das and these people used to say, na, they used to get inspiration from river, nadi, correct na? जिन खो जाते हैं पानी गहरे पानी पैट मैं बपूरा बुडन रहा गरहा किनारे बैठ while looking at sea and all. It's all connected. So what you're saying is absolutely right. So health comes first, and this is one of the most important proactive fields which people have to be concerned about. And the best way to build great health is to be early in the morning. Again, king of habits. Once you get some time, automatically you start running, jogging, doing things which are important for your health. Very important, very powerful.
And that habit actually, led to another habits of, listening to books, reading books.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
Then maybe another hobby about, photography. So maybe, so all those things, I think once you start making change in one area, I think there is a rippling effect. And another thing is very, very important. I think anyone can start making that change at any age. Okay, if you look at all the Ironman current runners, they also started. They are not professional athletes. Okay, most of them. I'm talking about 90-95% of those Ironman runners nowadays. When you see, those runners runs about 90. They do 90 miles of cycling.
Yeah.
42-kilometer of marathon, swimming, all together in one go.
Yeah.
And they are not professional athletes. Okay, they are common people like us, and they also start doing or start focusing on their health after realizing, like after late 40 or 45.
And when they had their some problem, some knee pain or something, which is making them kind of lean and not walk properly. I think there are many examples, Prakash, where I've seen that, the example which you gave of the colleague, we don't have to go back to the same example. There are many cases we have seen where people had got some knee pain, somebody started limping while going to the office, and then there was if I take a lighter note, there was a beautiful office colleague who came and said, hey, you have started limping. What happened? You used to look so dude and handsome. And there are people who start running from next day. So whatever be the reason, I have seen many people who go to the gym. They come to the gym because they have been ridiculed by their girlfriends, that you have got a pot belly and all that. Whatever be the motivation, boss, start running and jogging. So because, I talk to many youngsters. If I give them examples of health and productivity, they will not get it. But if I give them the example of, their girlfriends laughing at them, they will immediately get it. So I at times give this funny example so that people get it. Because as you said, unless, we are talking about the leaders have to get it in their head, the importance of safety. And whichever way we can make them get it is very important. The idea is that we should not reach a situation in life when things start beating us, destiny or surrounding or health or whatever. Something happens from outside, then we start feeling helpless. We should not come to that situation. I was giving this example to people. We talk about the layoffs in Meta and Amazon. And again, today morning, I've seen news that again, after laying off 12,000 people, I think Google has again given bad rating to thousands of people. So it may happen that there is a second phase of layoff. I always tell people that while 5% people are being laid off, there are 95% people who are still there in Google. So had these people taken some action proactively while building new skills, while assessing themselves in the market, while being on their toes, and that's impossible unless people spend some time in the morning. This is the only time when you can actually do this important task, not urgent task. Many of these people would not have been laid off. Some other people would have been laid off who are not in the morning habit. It's very interesting. And if I can share something here, Prakash, Steve Jobs said that we connect dots when you look back. We can't connect dots looking forward. If I look back at my life, he said that there is nothing, no time is late, is delayed. There is no late or early time for you to make a beginning. You can make a beginning. And of course, I've given this example. You talk about Ray Kroc, McDonald's person who started at 52 at the age of 52 while opening the first, with the opening of first retail outlet. And of course, people know the story of KFC at the age of 60 to 63. Absolutely not late. It's never too late. At the age of 47, when I look back, I was born in 1975. Between 1980 and 1990, I was at the peak of my academic career. I was always a topper in my small town, which had 5-6 schools. I was almost a topper. All the schools I used to be almost at the number one. And those were the times when I used to wake up at 4 o'clock. I recall now. And then came 1991, 92, when I went to a hostel. I went to a hostel at the age of 17 years, pretty early. And then I lived in hostels for 12 years. In the moment you go to a hostel, Sangat, company is very important. That company starts playing, and in hostels, the culture is to stay awake till late in the morning. Till late in the morning, 3 o'clock, people are still. The hostel is buzzing with people running around with their cheats and notes and this and that. I should not say cheats, but notes and all that while trying to copy. That's cheating, Actually, it's not only that cheating is only happening in examinations. People are, if somebody is copying, then this is also cheating. They are not learning, which is the basic goal behind education anyway. And then people are waking up just in time in the morning so that they can attend the first lecture. And that is what became my habit till 2018. For 28 years, I lived this habit. And if there are 2 moments in life when I feel right at my best, I think I enjoy. But what I mean to say that I enjoy doing what I do. The 2 moments are, first, the moment when I was in my academic days, when I was the one, there was no other person. And now when I enjoy doing what I do. And now I think, Prakash, when I go and conduct sessions, no slides, nothing. I just go and connect, and then I maybe request somebody to come and talk to me. And then it goes on for 2 hours, 4 hours, 2 days, 1 day, whatever you say. Now, this is very interesting. And this is the power of magical morning. That's the reason I call it magical morning ritual. It's actually morning ritual, but actually it's magical so that people at least get each other by magic. People love watching magic. Experience magic in your life. But as you said in the beginning, consistency is very important.
Change starts with us only. Nothing. Change starts with us. Absolutely. And everything around starts changing around that.
And I also spoke about this power of companies. Sorry, Prakash, I'll just take 1 minute. I spoke about the power of companies, Sangat ki Shakti. That's the reason this morning ritual program, because you need to have that company. Otherwise, just like I left my great habit of waking up early in the morning. For 28 years, I couldn't make it because of Sangat. They're all great people. They all are working in somewhere in the USA and some of these places. But most of these people have got a lot of problems. Healthcare problem has, somebody is missing that, somebody is missing that, this and that. So that's the way the life moves, because our primary goal is to be the wealthiest in the world. I'm sorry, going back to the same example which you came. Our primary goal is to make as much money as possible, and then we see that we have lost on many other fronts. So that's interesting. Go on, Prakash. Yeah, you're saying something.
Actually, these marathons of this running, that has taught me a lot. Actually, it's all about type, because every marathon is a different. I know every marathon has got different environment. So some marathon I do it fantastic, like maybe less than 2 hours, and some marathons it could be even my worst marathon was about 1.5 year back. It was about 3 hours. Okay, a half marathon. When I'm talking marathon, it's a half marathon. Okay, so that every marathon teaches me a lot of life lesson about in life there are a lot of challenges, and life is not about the very, very, very straight path. So it has got up and downs, and then we need to navigate those up and down, and then do not give up. And the focus should be continue, stay on, and reach to that finish line. Whatever may be the case, and then I can start running next day. So I think this running this morning, this my health transformation, I think over the years has given me a lot of insights, and a lot of insight about my inner self, I would say, and it has helped me to face many life challenges. Each one of us go through many life challenges, and I think these events, these so many runs has also given learnings about how do we need to face that, and I'm continuing to do that every day, and I'll continue to do that. That's where it is. Yeah.
And you touched a very important point, Prakash, because I wanted to ask this was to be my next question, as which are some of the lessons from marathon, from your habit of being in and having taken so many marathons, and having made this change of going for trekking or running or marathoning or jogging or something which you do every single day. So I think I always tell people, of course, some people who have been seeing my videos, they also might have seen that I say that it's all on the spot motivation. Life is all connected, a connected one. Let's take the example of marathon. It has got all the lessons. It has got all the lessons. Nobody has got to read any book, including my book. If you actually get the message, the thing is that 0.0001% actually people can connect the message. So let's take the lessons. The first lesson of a marathon is the fact that we need to prepare ourselves. The changes will start from within us, and they are not going to happen around us unless we change ourselves. Correct? You must have started with 100 meter and then 1 kilometer, and then now today you already completed 50, 21 kilometer half marathons, which is great. So it's all about building your own stamina, your own power, your own ability, your own communication and interpersonal and all those kind of skills which one has to build before we start expecting the world to change around us. Before, many people want their bosses to change, their companies to change, the HR person to change, the HR policies to change. What about you changing?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm pretty sure this video is going to be seen by many employees. Boss, stop, please, for God's sake, for your improvement. I'm saying, even if you see that there are some problems with HR and company and policies and bosses, forget about your boss for the moment. Boss has become boss because he's got some quality, and this is true with all the bosses. This is true with all the bosses, all the leaders, all the managing directors, all the chairmen. Okay, that's one thing. And of course, everybody has got some areas which one has to build on, including me. So that's another area. Having said that, if people just forget about looking outside for weaknesses and start building themselves up, they will end up becoming 10 times bigger version of themselves. That's the reason I conduct this session called Be Your Version 2.2. But changes will start from within. That's the first message from marathon. The second is that before a person thinks of running a marathon of 21 kilometers, the person has to start small. We spoke about the small things, but the small things when done consistently over last 8 years, the way Prakash has done, that is important. Yeah. People say, no, I need a lottery. See, people have got this lottery mindset, I call it. I need a BMW, I need a Mercedes-Benz. All will come, but there is a process. And that's the reason I do this one-to-one coaching. And where there are 7 areas where people have to work on. See, all will come. And there are people who, despite having no education, have also built an empire. How did they build it? Because they have done something, and then the secrets are not more than 5 or 6. Actually, it's not more than 5 or 6. So one has to start small and one has to be consistent the way you have been consistent, Prakash. This is a very, 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 very interesting point which we are coming to now. People say that life is too small for one to keep on learning from one's mistake. The wisest people learn from others' mistake or whatever other did. Now, going back to the same example, I don't want to use the word mistake and all that. Going back to the same example of one of the colleagues who had some problem. And then while watching him, you thought, oh my God, I don't want to get into this. No, let me start doing something. Now, let's go back to the same time, 10 years ago. Were you the only person to see this thing happening? No. There were hundreds of people in the same company. How many people have come to the stage where they are running a marathon? They have completed 50 marathons over the last 1 decade or 8 years. Very few. Maybe you are the only person. Why? Because 95% of people do not learn from others. And they wait for this thing, my Peter Marisburg moment to come and happen, where somebody is thrown out of the first class compartment of railway station, and this gets connected to the life of Mahatma Gandhi. Everything is connected anyway. That's the different topic. We'll come back.
And same applies to safety as well. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, same thing applies to safety as well. Learn from the incidents of happening from others. Do not wait for something, some incidents going to take place in your own organization.
I recall Prakash used to share so many, and small notes, while talking about something which has gone on somewhere, while taking out some actions, some 2-3 actions at the end of this note, which used to share with people.
Yeah, same thing. So I think all these life learnings, I think, are applicable. Different aspects of life, Arun. And another important learning about marathon, Arun, is do not copy others. Okay. I have a couple of learning in this marathon journey because I think I can make whole program on this that way.
Yeah.
Because when I start copying, the other people who are running this thing, because they are running their own journey. Okay, they have their own strength, they have their own challenges, and if you try to copy them, then you start struggling, and then when you can enjoy life, I think when you start running your own journey. Okay, and that is another lesson which I learned over a bit of time, because sometimes I plan to finish run in 2 hours, but then there are certain unexpected things also happens. Maybe the climate is very hot. You start stretching yourself too much, and in the process you get dehydrated, and then your whole energy gets dropped. And then you think, why the hell I'm running now? No, let us stop it. Okay. So all these things comes in life. Okay. All these things are part of our life.
Then actually, I've been smiling. I've been smiling ever since you said that everybody has got his own journey. It's such a powerful point, and I think this yet another this once again proves the same point that you take anything in life, it has got all the secrets of success. Now, at the moment, we're taking the example of marathon, and this secret of success came from me, right? And the moment you said, I started smiling. So this is the background picture. This is my vision board. When I made my vision board in 2019, I knew for sure that everybody is unique, because we were a group of 25 people tucked in for 2 days, almost 36 hours we spent in Mulshi. It's a hilly area, beautiful area. It's known as the Scotland of Pune, I call it, because it's like beautiful valleys and lakes and hills and all that.
Yeah.
So we spent 2 days. We used to start our day at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we used to go until 2 o'clock in the morning. So almost 36 hours we spent close to that. When I made my vision board, I had a look at others' vision board that day. Many people were just struggling with their vision board. People were also showing, people were not sharing. I had a look at my vision board, which is there. That's the reason I took a picture, which I am putting in the backdrop. I looked at everyone's vision board. No two vision boards were similar, first of all. When I say similar, no two vision boards even had keywords similar. Forget about design. Design is anyways going to be different because everybody is going to make it differently. But keywords were different. And then I realized that this is my vision board. And that day I realized that everybody is absolutely different. We know, but at times we need realizations. And then I've been mentoring many people. I've always been telling people that everybody is unique. No comparison. I think those who have seen the videos I have said this in many videos. No comparison, no copying, because Satya Nadella is Satya Nadella. Even some of us who want to become the CEO of some of the companies like Microsoft are going to have a different life. It's not going to be the life of Satya Nadella. Even two people big. Yeah.
And he has his own challenges. If you
read his people, I don't know how many people know he has got his challenges. I think absolutely right. He has big challenges.
Yeah. Maybe we all see his smiling face, but I think I told you also earlier. Behind every smiling face, there is a story.
So and again, it gets connected. I said the entire world is connected. Adversity is the mother of transformation. Not talking about comparison. No comparison. No. This is a book written by TV Rao from I Am Ahmedabad. This is his take on managerial. This is my take on life and leadership and management. Everybody is different. Every book is different. And so this is very unique. No comparison, no copying. Even for those from the audience who want to start running a marathon, you can certainly get some lessons. You can get connected with Prakash and get some lessons. Having said that, your journey is going to be totally different, just like life which is totally different. Another reason why people are suffering and having problems, Prakash, is the fact that we all want to copy. Amitabh Bachchan has hair like this. You recall, going back to our childhood days, we used to see many people who used to have haircut like Amitabh Bachchan. Many were like that. If you don't know, now I know that it's all unique. Two writers are different. Two swimmers are different. Two actors are different. Not even that. Two brothers and sisters in the same family are different. Not even that. Two siblings, two twins are different. I've seen twins who look the same. I'm talking about twins who actually you can't make one person from the other, and still both are two different people. This is like, and people keep on talking about. See, क्या होता है लोग ध्यान नहीं देते हैं. People keep on saying that everybody has got a unique fingerprint. Oh wow, it's a unique fingerprint. Boss, get a message. You have to find your strengths, your purpose, your passion, your talent, which are unique as this fingerprint. And once you understand it, you can build a life which is far bigger than the life which you can ever imagine. That's at the core of my coaching and some of these programs. By the way, just to make a clarification, some people might have seen this video, this picture, this vision board many times. Some people might be wondering 11.5 crore. This is about the number of people, which is 1.5% population. Some people might be thinking, paise ki baat kar raha. Paisa theek hai, paisa to follow karta hai. Once you build yourself, paisa leska 10 guna paisa aa jayega. That's a small thing. But it's referring to 1.5% population on the planet Earth, which I thought should be transformed. These many lives, at least I must help transform. And that's the reason I got into this field. And now, of course, this 1.5% has gone up to 14 to 15 crore because the population is growing. This is 3 years ago. Great, Prakash. So I think just see, 1 hour, done. More than 1 hour. Still you don't know. So Prakash, I'll of course we could have taken this interaction forward only while focusing on marathon, which we will do maybe in the part 2. Sometime we can also have part 2 maybe next year or maybe next after a few months time.
Yeah.
Would you like to share some other things which you wanted to share with the audience? I think I couldn't even ask questions like your inspiring book or inspiring personalities or inspiring places. Maybe you can touch upon those also. Some of the books which you like, some of the movies which you like, some of the people that you would like to talk about, whatever.
I think over the years, I think I'm realizing the strength of people and know how do we. I think when we are kind to people and being humble to people, I think uh, and people only makes a lot of differences. So connecting them in a humble way and being kind.
Humility is
to them
very
and always,
important.
yeah, and always thinking about what I can do, from my side. To make them better leaders or better human being. I think that is something I think I'm trying to do that. I'm not sure that how much I'm able to, how much I've achieved so far. I'm also on that journey. I think another part is I think I've been blessed with great family. Okay, my wife and son, and then I have great brothers, uh, parents, and blessed with many brothers. I think so and many good friends. So all those things. I think if I look back, I think life has been amazing. Yes, it is a roller coaster, a journey up and down with a lot of challenges. But yes, life is on. The journey. I think when you talk about book, I think book is something I think nowadays I think I read very seriously. I think last couple of years now, like maybe I think 4 to 5 years now. Yeah, I think there is just at back of me there is my book shelves is there. I read right from leadership to the psychology to mindfulness to on various topic and same thing happens like when you start running some small things, you also start doing experimenting and learning. There's so many lessons, and same thing happens with the books as well. Okay, those books actually takes you to the different insights, and that one person's life can give you a lot of learnings, and which you can actually use those learnings in a way, and you can try to
You can adapt it to your situation, and then you can take actions. Absolutely, you can learn from everyone.
It might work, it may not work, but yes, that is how it is currently. Yeah.
Very nice. Would you like to talk about a couple of movies which you found inspiring? आजकल OTT का जमाना है, movies का जमाना है.
Actually, very honest. Nowadays, I watch movies. I'm not sure. I think maybe 4 years back I have seen.
No, I'm so happy. I'm so happy because of that. You are watching my videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay. So I started reducing my the digital time. I'm trying. I'm not saying that I'm 100% successful in reducing that and focusing on something else which I like. Okay. I love nature. I love to be in nature. So that is something I think some other day we can talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you talked about your purpose. Okay. Something I think what I wanted to do is that something meaningful. Yeah. Do I make certain meaningful difference around people and planet around me?
Yeah.
So yes, I think over the years, and I think don't under. I think the Indian. You talked about initially. I think you touched upon the Indian the working condition, atmosphere, and all. I think people should not take them. We should not underestimate ourselves. Okay, I have been in this profession for almost like more than 25 years, and we think that okay, the EHS is something great at outside or something. Okay, I have seen all the different kinds of culture.
Yeah, correct.
We can do. We as a no, we as a team, we as a people. I think we can
do the world class job. Yeah, we can do this.
And I have fortunate to have a great team with me, and then they have whatever results, whatever you have shown. It is not about me. It is all about my team. The people, the managers. all those people, I think when they commit, I think those results are possible. And I think end of the day, what matters to me is that every employee, when they come to work, they should go back to their families, happily, and they should continue to work in the same way as they were, or better, maybe I think better, and they should achieve their dreams. Okay, so that's where I think that's keep me, I
Very
think
nice. Very nice. You
working
spoke
on this.
about the power of family and team, which is very important. Family is very important. Absolutely. Team is very important. Would you like to talk about a couple of mentors or leaders who inspired you?
Yeah, I think there are many in this journey. I think last 25 years, I have been blessed with great leaders. When I started in long back, around 23 years. And another thing, I think we ourselves, I think you are also mechanical engineer. I'm civil engineer, but I'm not civil engineer. Okay,
Once upon
I
a time, I
don't
used to be
know.
a mechanical engineer. I'm no more a mechanical engineer now.
Yeah,
Now
and
I'm a
more of
life engineering, career engineering.
we are people engineers. I think people engineers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Life engineering.
now 25 years. Okay, I don't know about my engineering thing, because I have been working with the various organizations like infrastructure, oil and gas in Oman for 4 years, and then Bangalore also I worked for certain construction companies, then Tata Blue Scope Steel, and then current organization who is actually working on protecting environment. Okay, so it's actually multidimensional, like a diverse experience, I would say. And the leaders in each organization, I, I I don't want. I think I can take name. There were leaders in Oman. They told me, because we used to get frustrated at that time, because we are protecting people. Okay,
Yeah.
and why the hell people are not following those rules, and it is for themselves. Then he used to say that don't get frustrated, because frustration is a part of this profession, and because they don't know what you are trying to
What you were trying, absolutely. Your goal is in your mind.
yeah,
I think.
yeah. And then so I think each leader has uh, has gave us a lot of learning. Actually, they have given a lot of learning, I think.
Awesome.
And those leaders have played a very, very important role what I am today, actually. Okay, so I think there is a lot of impact on our own individuals.
Very nice. So, Prakash, I do not know, I think, whether you would respond to this question, but still I need to ask this question. It is a signature question of this. Suppose we write a book on your life and learning so far, and we can write the book after a few years also. What do you think would be the title of the book?
Yeah, I think life is a marathon.
Life is a marathon. Wow. Awesome title. Yeah. Lance Armstrong. So there was a book written on his life, cyclist who won French cycling competition 7 times in a row. So it's not about bike, it's about life. It's not about bike, it's about life. So I think everybody starts connecting the secrets of life and success from the field which the person has gone deeper. So he went deep. You have gone deeper in the field of marathon. Now you are again going to correct.
And if I write a Marathi book around Pravaha pasun Prakashakade.
Okay, you have written, or you are going to write? Oh, you are going to write. Okay, so in case you want to write a book, we can stay connected offline. Because I actually finished your dreams. Help you complete your dreams of writing a book in 30 days. So that's good. Going back to the same book, some chapters. We are not going to spare you so easily.
Huh?
Some chapters in the 1 or 2 chapters head. So can you tell us the headline of 1 or 2 chapters in the book? The title you have said. It's all about marathons in the year.
I think start with small. That is one thing. Okay. Your journey is your journey. Okay. There will be changes, unexpected changes, which will come in this journey.
Yeah.
Do not give up. So those are a couple of blocks.
Very nice. Very nice. Great. I always tell people that, see, what you said is absolutely right. These are some of the tenets of life transformation, career transformation. I always tell people that if you want to gain all the insights of life so that you take all the best of decisions, you don't have to go through all this kind of stuff, degrees and all that. If you get it's okay. Just take some action and go deeper into one field. जिन खोजा तीन पाइया गहरे पानी पैट मैं बपुरा बुडन डरा रहा किनारे बैठ Kabir Das ji said 450 years ago, and this is the fact of life transformation. I went deeper in the field of human transformation. You are going deeper in the field of marathon, and then there is another guy who went into cycling and anything. There are people who are in trekking. You might have seen on YouTube, there are many motivational people who are what? Who are coming from different fields. Somebody goes and hunts for butterflies. Somebody goes and does he goes to forest and then he keeps on taking pictures of, fireflies. Whatever field you choose, first of all, it has got to do with your liking. You should enjoy being in the field because then only you can put in a lot of hours into this. And then just keep on doing consistency. And thank you so much, Prakash, for being consistent.
And same thing is for EHS as well, Arun. Okay.
Absolutely.
It is all about action. Okay. Consistent daily actions. Okay. Not about talk. Okay. People are very smart. Actually, people understand what leaders do. Okay. And their actions. It's all about how you make people feel, not about what you talk. Okay. And once I think, once people start feeling that their leaders are genuine and they genuinely care for themselves, I think, they start believing on leaders as well. So it's not about, I think EHS is not about only about, taking care of safety of people, but it's all about, there are many dimensions to it. When you build trust, I think people need to believe you, and they can start believing you, what you talk and what you do, if they actually get aligned. Or if there is a mismatch, they on a face value, they may respect, they may say yes, but maybe are they really saying yes from their heart? Okay. I think that's where I think the leader need to ask questions. Each one of us, I think, need to ask question that are we having that genuine care for people? And once we have that genuine care for people, definitely, people will get connected.
They will see it. Audience is absolutely smart. You are absolutely right. Audience is a smart audience, knows what is genuine, what is not genuine. And as you rightly said, they're watching actions of leaders. And as we also saw that it's all a connected world, the lessons of life, the lessons of marathon, and the lessons from in the field of safety, they're all getting connected. Start small, keep on doing things, do things out of your genuine love and passion for doing things. So, genuine care for people and their safety, rather than just doing something which is a matter of tick marking. Unfortunate thing here is that, Prakash, be it the field of coaching, movies, whatever, many corporates also, values, you might have seen some values which are hanging on the wall, literally hanging on the wall, and nobody knows what the values are, because I do some sessions where I just ask people to invite people to talk about one core value. Suppose they say collaboration, and on that only we conduct 4-hour session while interacting with people, and then they get an awakening. Oh my God, it's such a thing which is close to my heart, and I just looked at integrity or collaboration as something which was written there. This can change the entire company for the best of reasons.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Prakash. So with this, let's wish the audience a safer tomorrow, a happier tomorrow, a more successful tomorrow, and a shinier tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time, because I'm pretty sure this conversation has brought up a lot of nuggets of actual action-based lessons which people can work on. And then if they are just being consistent, life will change, career will get better, companies will get better. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for this time on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.